Man, I'm just super excited, just ready to run through a brick wall. Yeah, just a competitive division, and but I'm ready to compete, and that's what you want, and I'm excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and ready to shake things up a little bit. No, it's great. You know, just from the short time of knowing him, I could see why so much people like him, and how much success that he's had as a coach and his players. So I'm excited to be another player a part of that. Yeah, I mean that guy right there. Once they told me he was getting the job, I knew that there was nowhere else to be, and I knew they would give me a little bit of change. So, but I think for me it's legacy, it's impact. You can't buy those things. There's no price tag you can put on that, and Boise State was the only place that I could continue that and leave something that will be there for forever. Oh man, tremendously. I think most importantly is how he's helped me as a man of God, and in my faith. I think that'll last longer than anything that I'll do on the football field. Man, they getting a great person, and I'm gonna come in and do my thing, and I'm just super excited, for Raider Nation. The energy. I love the fan base already. So I'm excited to come into that community and bring change for the better.
Oh man, shoot! I feel like I'm gonna add to the culture. I feel like outside of my talents and abilities on the football field. I think I'm a guy that is gonna win over the locker room. I'm gonna bring good energy, always be positive. Just somebody that that players will play for, and somebody that would also play for them. So, um, man, I'm super excited to come to Charlotte, man. Oh man, it's a dream come true. I've been following him since he was playing for the IE Ducks in eighth grade. So, um, he was one of those dudes that has literally been the best player at every level. So being able to connect with him, um, being fortunate enough to hopefully catch some touchdowns here soon, a lot of them. That Cali connection is gonna be real. As far as since I got drafted, nah, I've been going through this media car wash, so I ain't had no time to make no calls. Um, Shoot, man. Yeah, I feel like I knew I was making it to the NFL after my freshman season of college. I had good coaching, good mentors, good people that surrounded me and just supported me, and um, ultimately they were the ones that pretty much told me like, if you want to do this and if you want to do it for real, you got to do it. And they saw the vision in me, and they saw that I had the capabilities of doing what I'm fortunate enough to be here doing. But God never makes a mistake, man, and that's all I gotta say is just God is great, man. I wouldn't be here without him.
And yeah, it is a lifelong dream. I think I haven't kicked in yet. I'm still around the waves right now. Just being my feet are. I mean, just by not taking anything for granted. I mean, what got me here was the work. I always work no matter what. I worked to be better. I worked to become a starter in college. I mean, that's what got me here. That's what's gonna keep me here. My mom for sure. She worked two jobs to put me through high school. Uh, I wanted to go to a private school to chase my dreams, and she worked her butt off just to make sure I could get through school. So I barely seen her sometimes.
Yeah, man, I can't even explain the feeling. I'm so blessed to be here. God put me in this position, and I can't thank Him enough. So, just being able to play for an organization like this, it means everything. definitely that dog mentality. Approaching it with a chip on my shoulder. I always got something to prove. I'm never complacent. I always want to get better. So just going in a room like that, and I'm just letting them know like I'm here to compete and I'm here to play. So being able to play for an offense like that is definitely gonna be exciting. Yeah, that's definitely my best friend. We went through so much adversity. Just to be here and cherish that moment with her, it means everything to me. And if y'all don't know, we lost our property a couple years ago, and I always told her whenever I was put in a position to get it back for her, I would. Yeah, it definitely hit how I thought it would. Like I said, just going back to the times where a lot of people doubted me, didn't think I was gonna get this far. I always had the ones around me that loved me. They set a great foundation for me. So always having confidence in myself that I know I could do it. And to the younger kids out there, I always told them, whatever you want to do, go do it. You're the only one stopping yourself. I always told myself that when I was younger.
Yeah, I'm excited. I don't even know how to explain it if I'm being honest. Just to be able to learn and just go be a sponge from guys who have so much knowledge about the game of football. I feel like I'm a student of the game of football, so just being able to learn and soak up everything from guys that know a lot. And I'm ready to get to work. It's huge. I've never been to Baltimore. I'm excited. My mom's been crying all day. As soon as she woke up, she couldn't stop crying. So just to be able to accomplish this dream, because, we've been through a lot as a family, and they sacrificed a lot for me to be able where I'm at now and just being able to, just be in this moment. Give that hug to my mom and my dad and my fiance was, always a dream. So, it's just huge for my family. Yeah, I was actually about to play Uno. I brought it with me because I didn't know if it was going to be a short night or a long night, and I was just trying to stay calm. And I come from a very, very competitive household, so like when Uno cards come out, everybody just forget what's going on. So I was literally just about to go grab the cards, and I got the call, and I was excited. Like I said earlier, just the culture they have there. Coming from a winning program and going to another one, just learning from the vets and how to do things. I'm ready to get there and just learn.